It's an all North American product, and it's going to be able to bolster the supply chain in North America to the quantities that we need to really make this industry take off. It really puts First Phosphate in a position of strong leadership in terms of LFP cathode active material in North America.
All right, welcome back inside our Proactive newsroom. Joining me now is John Passalacqua. He is the CEO of First Phosphate. And John, you're joining us from another conference that you're attending. Good morning. Good to see you.
Yeah, good morning. Just at the Quebec Mine Conference in Quebec City today.
Nice. Well, you've got some news out today that you've done a deal with GKN Höganäs, I think is how you say it. Tell me a bit about this company and what this all means, John.
Yeah, so this is one of the largest producers of iron powder in the world, and certainly the largest in North America. And basically, they have access to good amounts of iron powder, but copious, very large amounts. That is what is going to be needed to make a lot of LFP cathode active material in North America. Not only that, they have very large research and development facilities. They're very deep into the powder space, and they're really willing to work with us to get to an excellent grade of iron powder to be combined with our phosphate to make iron phosphate and lithium iron phosphate to support the electrification needs in North America. So it's an extremely important partnership for us, one we're very much looking forward to, and one that should be one of those type of company making decade plus relationships here.
So in essence, John, would this material, this powder that you're talking about, be used in the factory type thing to make how would it work? What exactly is the combination?
Yeah, so basically, as you know, at our eventual mine at Bégin-La Marche in Quebec, we will be producing phosphate and magnetite. Magnetite is iron, so that magnetite will be making its way into the process of GKN to make iron powder. Then the iron powder will come back to us, and we'll be, for all intents and purposes, mixing iron powder with phosphate to make iron phosphate, which then makes lithium iron phosphate. So it's, it allows us to really value a second recovery of magnetite into making iron powder, which then goes back into the process for making iron phosphate, which makes us, fully 100% independent in our own source materials for making the iron phosphate, which is tremendous, just a tremendous circular economy development here.
Yeah, and John, in the news release, you talk quite a bit about this North American supply chain and how important this is. This type of deal really sort of highlights the fact that this is going to be a North American product.
Yeah, exactly. It's an all North American product, and it's going to be able to bolster the supply chain in North America to the quantities that we need to really make this industry take off. It really puts First Phosphate in a position of strong leadership in terms of LFP cathode active material in North America. Like I said, this is a very important relationship. It's about as important as our relationship to Prayon, producers of purified phosphoric acid in Belgium, and it just really completes the trilogy, and it completes the ability for us to basically do what we said we were going to do since the beginning, and with the partners that can make it happen with us.
Absolutely. And last question, John, and that is, give everyone a bit of an update. We're sitting here in sort of just past mid-November. What's the rest of this year going to look like? And then really the start of 2025, which is going to be, I would think, a substantial year for the company.
Yeah, so as we've already indicated to the market, our PEA is expected before the end of the year. That's on track. We came out with our mineral resource estimate, as you know, a few months ago, which show that there's tremendous amounts of phosphate and iron in our Bégin-La Marche project. So now the PEA will just quantify that better, put the economics around it, and then we're hoping next year to be able to start on some elements of the feasibility study to move forward with that. And we're also we're still in the process of funding our iron phosphate plant at La Baie, which is the secondary processing where we will be combining iron and phosphate to make iron phosphate and lithium iron phosphate. So pretty exciting, converging here on what is our mining project, and also our downstream processing project.
Well, John, exciting news out from the team. Congratulations on that. Thanks very much for joining us. I know you've got a busy day ahead, so we'll let you go and appreciate your time.
Yeah, thanks, Steve. One day at a time, as you've seen this company start just one step at a time. And I think you've seen all the steps, and these are some monumental steps that we're making here, especially with this announcement today. So thank you very much for taking the time to have your viewers listen to our developments.
Sounds good. John Passalacqua, the CEO of First Phosphate.